Why me? How come I'm one of the lucky ones to have gone into what we generally term a spontaneous remission? And today I thought that I would address this because, let's face it, I've had 8 years to look at myself, what I've done, but also I've had a chance to look at others around me who try to do the same. And I thought in this video I'd give you a little bit of a summary of the conclusion that I've come to as to why I was successful. I decided that I'd separate it into 2 areas. One is the things that I did on the outside, but also the things that I did on the inside, because there is a clear delineation between those of us that get busy and those of us that do that, but they also dive deep on the inside. And by busy, what I mean is it's really much easier to look outwards at the solution, because let's face it, we're a nation that goes to the doctors to look for a cure, a remedy. And so the obvious things to do are to go to, first of all, obviously lots of different doctors, oncologists, maybe even second opinions. When they can't fix it, most obvious thing is, yes, get proactive, do exercise, get lots of sunshine, walking, overdose on as much nutrition as possible, restore our diet and our gut biome. And then usually the next step involves spending a little bit more money. We get to maybe add supplements to our diets. Perhaps we go and get vitamin C infusions. Perhaps, like I did, we do some hyperbaric oxygen. Either way, there are lots of things that we can very quickly start to spend a lot of money on. But then there is what I personally believe is the success that I see a lot of people really resistant to doing, because let's face it, it's not always easy, and that is to look at ourselves, to look on the inside. And the thing is, when you push through the resistance that is at the start of not wanting to meditate, let's face it, it's far easier just to scroll and scroll, isn't it, on our phones, getting that dopamine hit of feel good things as we reel past things on the internet. But when we actually stop and we learn how to be present in the moment, when we actually start to look at our thoughts and how our thoughts affect our feelings, we realise that, excuse me for butting in on a video like this, but I'd just like to share that I'm now doing one-on-one coaching. So if there's anybody out there that wants to learn some tools and skills to perhaps move you past fear and into proactive belief state that you can heal, then please have a look in the description and get in contact. I'll let you get on with the video now. I can be in charge of this. I needn't be running on a program of fear. I can actually reframe what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, how I see things, and I can start to reprogram what's going on the inside so that those thoughts are replaced by more positive ones, so that it's not just a matter of thinking positively, it's actually a matter of combining our whole body sensations with living in a way whereby we become a totally different way of being. And that takes practice, an awful lot of practice. And the easiest way to do that practice is to start by believing that you can heal, and perhaps most importantly, to hand over the whole responsibility of your healing to a higher power. So for a lot of people, obviously that's God. To others, like myself, it was a belief in something which, for me, Joe Dispenza describes as the quantum field, something that physics is starting to prove does exist. It's where we came from and it's where we're going to. That when we connect to that, our body can magically reproduce things as amazing as new bugs and bacteria, even in our gut biome, without eating all the food, which is pretty amazing, isn't it? But when you combine the outer work of perhaps a really highly nutritious diet with the inner work whereby we do connect, believe, trust, imagine, visualize that there is a future waiting for us that is healed, that is the way that you really supercharge your healing, and you're more likely to do the impossible. So that is why I believe I'm here today, and that's what Cancer Soothe is all about. Cancer Soothe is my mission to help shine the light on what spontaneous remission really looks like. And so if you want to find out more, look in the description below, subscribe and Come join me. Let's go and heal.